Hey. Oh, wow. Wow, there's a wonderful way to come back. Hey, it's all screechy.
Cough.
Sorry.
But let us just take a moment to appreciate that damn good music.
Yeah, the music is, I dig the music. It's cool. I really like it. That music also has other purposes that people will find out about at a later date. But yeah, hey man, I know you. How's it going?
Hanging in there. Just had to take I see a cat in the other room being a fucking asshole right now. Starting to piss me the fuck off as soon as we start a show, so that's always great.
This just in, cats are assholes. We're just gonna do an hour on.
We're just gonna do an hour talk about how cats are fucking assholes and ruin our lives.
I could definitely do an hour on talking about how much I don't like my cats. So, yeah, that was fucked. I just went to talk, and it just, you know, it is what it is. How's everybody doing? Darren, at least the intro music isn't annoying. Oh man. Right. I get it. How's everybody doing? It is what? It's Monday, right? Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. June the 14th, 2021. This is, I don't know what the hell this is. This is an impromptu stream. It's not Phantom Empire Live. I guess I've been gone for what, 11 days. I don't know if I'll be on Phantom Empire Live tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll be on Phantom Empire Live Thursday night. That's something that my lovely queen and I will sit down and discuss, and we will figure out where to go from there. But she was very encouraging about getting on here, and actually, to be honest, the impromptu stream is Tommy B's idea. I'm not going to say he talked me into it because I think there was some legitimacy to it.
No, it was kind of a mutual decision. You know, I'm saying, well, you know, I'm here, I'm available. If you want to get on, we want to do something real simple, no structured show, we could do that.
Hang on, I'm going to lower my mic. It's a little hot. It's a little hot like me. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, Kieran will be joining us shortly, whenever that is. And until then, I'm going to take a few. Just started pouring down on set. Oh, yeah, the weather's been hit or miss, Freddie. Hit or miss. So look, it's no big, secret that I've been gone for almost 2 weeks. And
hey, Sean, my camera froze again. Just re-add me when you get a moment.
Yep. Oh no, it's going to make me big. I don't like that. Oh, terrible. I miss Streamlabs already. How is everybody else doing, by the way? How are the rest of you mother Canuckers doing out there? I'm sure everybody's like, oh my God, there was no poster on the 11th. What are we going to do? The world is ending. We'll get to all that in a bit.
We've had one.
The poster is still, in fact, alive and well.
No shit, really.
It's still
Oh
alive and
wow,
well.
that's pristine condition. You gotta
Oh.
safeguard that.
Yeah. So, anyways, this stream's happening for a few reasons. There are some really cool fandom things we want to talk about. We also want to take all your questions. Hopefully, they're not all about a poster that we don't know when is going to drop, and that's just the truth about it. We do want to talk a little bit of Halloween Kills, the Batman. There's some Star Wars stuff, so yeah, I know there's some of you won't like that. Some of you will. There's some Xbox stuff, Tommy, that you and I were talking about the other day. That's very intriguing and way overdue. But let's start off with some of the heavy stuff right off the top. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be on Phantom Empire Live tomorrow night. I may or may not be. I may or may not be there Thursday. I might not be there to the next week. Who knows? But this is what I can say: is we are very well aware of. I'm speaking about Jade and I, of the amount of support that has come in for us, considering nobody really. I mean, so the staff knows what happens, and a few of our like really huge supporters know what happened. But I'll leave it at this, and then we'll move on to actually talking about some fun stuff, because I definitely didn't come on here to just talk about this. That would be kind of pointless at this point. I'm not ready to. Both Jade and I are not ready to talk about what happened. Zach and Johnny last week both read a statement that said, something tragic happened to our family, and that it's going to take time to recover and heal, and to even talk about it openly. And to be honest, guys, I'm really not willing to dive into it any more than that. I know that might be kind of crappy for some of you. I'm just asking that you respect my family's privacy during this time. I'm here to talk fandom stuff for an hour. Halloween, Star Wars, the Batman, Xbox. But just know that for me to step away for as long as I have, and what might continue to be longer in terms of Phantom Empire Live, it's obviously very serious. And but I can tell you, those of you that have reached out, and a lot of you have, it means the world to both Jade and I. So thank you for that. One day we will talk about what happened. That day is not today. Tommy, you have anything you want to say in just regards to everything that's gone on here, and you guys stepping up and doing your thing and yada yada yada?
Just what it goes without saying, and I'll know, but I'll reiterate for the comfort of the audience, I guess. We're here for you, Sean. We're here for you. Anything we can ever do, we're happy to do it. So stepping up, as you might call it, it's no problem. It's not a problem. We're happy to help out with the community in any way we can.
It's appreciated. All right. Anyways, again, I would ask that, if you want to send your well wishes or whatever, post it in the live chats. We've already gotten plenty of messages privately, and not that we don't appreciate them. We're just not ready to talk about anything like that yet, and we're probably not going to be for quite some time. And but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that Jade encouraged me to do this. I'm happy Tommy B came up with the idea. And I'm just kind of stalling because I don't really want to get into the fandom talk until Kieran's in the green room, and I don't see him there yet. But yeah. Oh, right. I forgot I can do this. This is fun. Hang on.
What's this?
There he is. I forgot I can go like this, right? And then I can add this mother Canucker in, who's probably going to have to put his headphones on. And I can go like this. I forgot I can do this. Chad said, Braden Timmons mentioned that someone told him Ryan Turk responded to someone on Twitter and said a certain trailer will be coming very soon. Soon is probably 3 to 4 weeks. If I go to my handy dandy calendar under my big comfy couch, I would say that the date that I think it's going to happen on is July the 9th. Does that mean it's going to happen on July the 9th? Nope, it doesn't. I thought that the poster would drop actually on Friday and that you guys would be covering that stuff. And there was no poster on Friday. So we were never told the poster was coming on Friday. That just seemed to be a date that people were indicating. And then, as you guys said, I don't know if it was on Thursday or on Tuesday, there is the distinct possibility they might just do the poster and the trailer at the same time. And at the end of the day, guys, who gives a shit? Like, here's a poster. Congratulations. It tells you absolutely nothing about the movie you're going to see in October. You know, I get it. People are excited, but it is what it is. What's going on, Kieran?
Not too much. Not too much. I was on my way home when you messaged me. You were like, hey, I got something to run you, and I was in the McDonald's lineup when I was like, okay, like I'll be there in, a few minutes or whatever. So
I just noticed.
yeah, surprise, but I like all the topics we're supposed to talk about. So why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward.
My kids are still in school and my wife is still working. So
perfect. There you go. There you go. I don't even know where to begin because there's a lot to talk about.
I'm going to clarify something real quick, actually, because I'm feeling self-conscious about it right now. If anyone ever sees me making a funny face on air or something, don't tear into me too hard. I'm overdue for oral surgery. I just found out the other day I'm overdue for oral surgery. Yeah, so I'm dealing with a good bit of pain right now. It's going to be a while till I can get that fixed. Shit sucks.
I can relate. I get it. Not fun. So there's a lot we want to talk about today. If you're just joining the stream, we're going to talk about Halloween Kills, Indiana Jones 5. There's actually like some concrete information about Kenobi, which is kind of cool. And we know how much half the chat doesn't like Star Wars stuff. So instead of discussing it on Phantom Empire Live, why don't we discuss that stuff here and now? But let's start with Indiana Jones. I think you guys tackled it a little bit on Thursday. And I think Kieran had some reservations about Indy 5. And shockingly, I want to say that I'm 150% on board with Kieran's reservations about that movie. Kieran, why don't you recap maybe what some of your reservations are about an Indy 5?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got the proof already when we saw the last Indy movie, and what he was able to do, and it was supposed to be kind of a passing the torch movie, and then the torch didn't get passed because people didn't like the Shia LaBeouf character, and didn't, generally that movie was panned by fans and critics. And I have the same sort of problem with them doing that way later. Like, this is quite a bit later than that movie. And my take on it was like, do I want to see an 80-year-old man throw a punch? Like, I know that there are 80-year-old dudes out there who are maybe boxers and can still throw a credible punch. But when you see an older guy throw a punch in a movie, I always cringe. I don't know. I've talked about before how, like, my interpretation of fight scenes is like, I'm very critical because I've done lots of martial arts and stuff like that, and like so when I see things that don't look credible to me, they're much more annoying than they might be to a regular person. So, and I think a very important part of the Indy character is physicality. Like he's a badass. He's also super. He's smart. He's he's kind of like Han Solo in that he's smart and he gets lucky every once in a while, and he's a very charming character, but he also needs to be able to kick someone's ass, and I don't think that it's going to be all that credible. And I mean, I think the series is good the way it is. I like the three movies. That's the other thing I wanted to get across. If we ever talked about this again, was I was really negative in my opinion on the movie, but it's because I really love the original trilogy. Like, I love it. It's great. They're all great. I love even, I think Temple of Doom is the one that people maybe are iffy about. I love that movie. I love them all. I think they're great. But that doesn't mean I want another one just to see it again. Like, I'm not a fan service person. If you give me my childhood thing back again, but it's garbage, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, but it was, but it was an Indiana Jones movie. Like, I don't care. If it was garbage, it's still garbage. So I'm still hoping it'll be good, but I'm not optimistic as I think Zach was pretty optimistic about it.
Our boy Frank says you would think Indiana and Solo were played by the same actor. Wow, yeah. Imagine if one actor had the ability to play two iconic roles such as that. What would he be more known as? I mean, it's a good thing that didn't happen. Oh, wait, it did. It almost
He's
did.
Harrison fucking Ford.
Right?
Hashtag legend.
Jade mentioned she's only stopping by for a quick minute, still taking a step back from the channel, but I wanted to say thank you to the community for all your love, support, and well wishes. I second that. Definitely. Toronto Freddy said, come on, I don't want to fall asleep at work. That'd be bad. Yeah. Oh, and Tommy's gone. He's just gone. Vanished. Like Haddonfield vanished.
He took his ball and went home.
He took his ball
and came back.
It might be new camera time soon. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, clearly not a Skype thing.
Nope, clearly not a fucking Skype thing.
Would you have to have left like you did there in order to reset it?
So we've tested it before. Here, what we're using StreamYards right now, folks. With Skype, it's a little bit different. But here with StreamYards, I can't, stop cam, enable cam. I need to leave. Actually, I don't think it's not only just leave the active session. I think I need to refresh the tab. So shit sucks. I might be looking for a new cam soon.
Justin says Loki disappeared. He's saying you're Loki. I could dig that.
Loki.
My wife said that.
I think we're gonna talk about Loki. Well, I think you guys might talk about Loki tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll be there or not. Have
you caught it, Kieran?
Sorry?
Have you caught Loki?
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
I'm planning on checking it out. I made a Facebook post in Phantom Empire Den, and actually, no, I comment on someone else's post. It might have been Matt Facci. I don't quite remember. Like, hey, for those of us who aren't too invested in the MCU, what do we need to watch? Thor, I saw the OG Thor. It's been years. I saw OG Avengers, but again, it's been years. So I watched those two yesterday. Really enjoyed them. It was nice. I don't have time to watch the whole motherfucking MCU before I want to watch Loki for us to cover it tomorrow. So.
No, like I said to you before we came on air, Loki does a really good job of recapping everything you need to know in that first episode. So, which is impressive for 50 minutes. I was blown away by it, though. That's all I'll say now. Is I was blown away by it.
I was told by a lot of people that one of the writers from Rick and Morty is involved in a very big way, and
I think.
Sorry,
showrunner, I believe.
Yeah. I forget what her name is. Her last name is Gal, right?
I don't have that off the top of my head. I forget.
Anyways, so they said it was very Rick and Morty-esque, and it really was very Rick and Morty-esque. So. Everyone who told me that, a few people that I know even involved in the channel said that, and they were right. It's very Rick and Morty-ish, so that was cool.
Yeah, I dig where they're going. And I will say this, I'll give this one away. We talked about, I think this was the last time I was on, we talked a little bit about Spider-Man No Way Home and some, I don't really think they're spoilers, but some things that you might see. And the information that was passed along anyways about Spider-Man No Way Home also contained information about Loki. And the Loki information was 110% spot on. So I do believe this series sets up that movie. So yeah, we'll see. But I feel like the first episode kind of even lets you know that, okay, yeah, no, we're gonna go that way. So it was fun. I dug it. So Indy, Indiana Jones. I love Harrison Ford. He is my favorite actor of all time. I don't care if he's 90. I'll watch a movie of his. But even just seeing some of the set pictures made me kind of go, like, I think you can do Indiana Jones as, with Harrison Ford almost 80 years old, but you can't do Indiana Jones, on a super physical level at 80 years old, because I realize I'm about to say that's not believable and the last movie had aliens in it, but it's not believable. And some people believe in aliens, some don't, yada, yada.
Spoiler alert! Gosh, it's not like the movie's
Right.
been out for years or anything.
Right. It's not like it's been out for 12 years, I think it is. 12 years. But yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed on how I feel about this. I think this could get real ugly really quick. And then there's another part of me that's like, so I believe, and I don't think this is a spoiler because the set photos already show this. I believe they're using the de-aging technology on him. I'm pretty sure a good chunk of the movie is going to be young Indiana Jones. I have no inside knowledge on that other than if you look at the pictures, they're both wearing the dots all over their faces.
Oh my god!
So that kind of worries me because I don't think Luke Skywalker was done very good at the end of Mandalorian season 2. It was cool to see him, but once they took the hood off, I was kind of like, And then I thought Tarkin was done better in Rogue One years ago than Luke was done in Mandalorian. So I don't know, but it does seem like they're going that route where we're going to get a young Indy, at least for some of the movie, and it's probably their only way that they feel they can properly do an Indiana Jones movie without having said side character have to take on all of it, because you can get away with using a bunch of stunt doubles. And I don't know, that seems to be the route they're going. How do we all feel about that if that comes to be?
No,
I'll
I'd be
honest,
okay with it.
A new indie movie. I guess I should preface by saying I'm not super insane about Indiana Jones. It's just not something I've ever been hardcore fan over. I enjoy them. My favorite's probably, it's probably generic favorite Raiders, but I just am not like head over heels for this movie. I'm kind of questioning why it had to be. Is it a cash grab? Is it hey,
It's
we're just
always
gonna
a cash grab, Kieran.
yeah,
nailed the point.
everything's always the cash grab.
Like, do we need another Indiana Jones movie? I don't think
Yes,
so.
exactly.
But they're going to
Do we
make
really
it
need
because
it?
they're going to make it because they think they can make another $500 million off of it, right? So
It's like we got done saying Ford, he's old. Does he really need to be doing this again? Isn't he done? Oh, I'll read that. Frank Riker in the chat, Indiana Jones and the Curse of Benjamin Button. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of de-aging stuff,
I just don't think it's there yet. I think it's going to get there, the technology, but it's still like when you have a de-aged actor beside someone who's actually an actor or an actress, like it's like seeing Tarkin beside Krennic in Rogue One, even though I thought Tarkin was done better than Luke was in Mandalorian, it was still noticeable. It was still very noticeable. But Tarkin's role in Rogue One was small, just like Luke's role in The Mandalorian was small. If you're going to do this for 15 or 20 minutes of a movie where it's front and center, I don't know. Kieran?
Minimum. It might be more.
I was okay with the Tarkin because it was a small role, but like it still looked like it looked like he was the guy in the Pixar movies who plays chess against himself. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but like it was noticeable that he wasn't a real actor. It was an actor with whatever CG, but it was obvious CG, and like it Luke's face was kind of like floating around when he was talking. His face seemed to be kind of like floating and moving in an unnatural way. And even like Henry Cavill having his mustache like digitally edited out. When it gets pointed out to you, you're like, man, that looks bad. Like, what the hell were they doing there? Like, these things are just like I don't know why they need to do it. I'm certainly okay with them recasting when someone gets too old. I just don't know. Oh man, I want to read this before. Dude with a lots of exclamation point. Ford can still punch, shoot, run a bit, jump a bit, hang on to stuff. The de-aging will be for the opening, I believe, which will take place a few years before Last Crusade. I would be okay if they do a little bit of like 5-minute scene with the de-aging thing, but yeah, like as far as like he can run around punching people, like I said, I'm really picky about it. If you guys like, if it's okay and believable for Dude, then that's fine. But it's not believable to me. And like, I'm not flexing on anyone or anything, but I've seen a lot of live combat in my life, and when it's not believable, it's not believable to me. So that's just in my opinion.
I just want to touch on one thing he pointed out here. And he says, which will take place a few years after the Last Crusade. So that could be right. We don't have, sources close to the ground on this movie or anything like that. But what I heard is the flashback takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, like, we're going really young Indy. Like, still Harrison Ford, a few years before that. But the actor that you see him with, whose name is slipping my mind in some of those pictures, we believe is playing the main villain from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Nobody
this is just
really
a
knows.
side note in the back of my head. I kind of remember some talk going around when it was announced that Ford was returning for a Han Solo in The Force Awakens that and it might have just been backdoor talk or something fans made up, that one of his conditions for doing a Han Solo again was that he would get to be Indiana Jones one more time. Have you ever heard of something like that?
It's not something fans made up. It's very real. It's absolutely 110% a part of his contract to return to The Force Awakens, on top of I think he made somewhere between $15 and $18 million on the back end of The Force Awakens. Part of that deal was greenlighting Indy 5 and him being in it. So it was absolutely a two-parter, I guess you could say. John mentioned in the chat, Steven Spielberg 2021 is not the Steven Spielberg we love from 75 to 95. Well, I mean, I think I would agree with that, but you don't need to worry about that because it's actually James Mangold doing the movie who did Logan, which I'm pretty happy about. I don't feel like Mangold would. Like, I don't think that this is going to be Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I trust Mangold enough to make a better movie than that. But again, there's limitations now. There were limitations then. Like, how old was he when that movie was probably filmed? I guess if the movie came out 12 years ago, we'll say maybe 13 or 14 years ago in terms of the filming. There's a big difference between, 63, 64, 65, and almost 80 for a lot of individuals. So
there's a big difference for most.
Yeah, that's usually you're falling off, if you know what I mean. Anyways, Indy 5, we'll have to see what happens. We don't even know if it'll be Indy 5. Like, for all we know, this movie takes place before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because doesn't Temple of Doom take place before Raiders of the Lost Ark? And it's Indy 2? I could have swore Temple of Doom takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a big age jump, so it'd be kind of hard unless it's all de-aging.
Daniel, for Kieran and Sean, Tycats or Argos?
I cheer for the Argos, but that's because I go to see Argos games every once in a while.
Neither. The CFL should die. I know that sounds dark, but like, it's a mess. It is what it is. So guys, there's no poster. There's no Halloween Kills poster yet. I personally don't care that there's not one. Doesn't bug me in the least, but I know a bunch of our audience just are getting their hands, they're rubbing their hands together, wanting something. And I thought about this a little bit because I watched some movie trailers the other day as I was trying to get Jensen down for a nap. And I don't want to call it a flashback, but like, Kieran, you're a big X-Men guy. Do you remember when they first released the trailer for Logan, the Red Band trailer?
Yes, yeah.
The Kaleo song, Way Down We Go, like that trailer, like that's how you market a movie. That is absolutely fucking brilliant. Loved that trailer. It made me so hyped for that movie. I already love Wolverine, so like I was gonna be hyped for Logan regardless, but like that trailer really did it. And I hope that because of how long people have had to wait for a trailer to come out and are going to continue to wait, that it's a lot better than I didn't think the Halloween 2018 trailers were very good, if I'm being honest. It's like, oh, okay, Halloween's back. I can't wait for this. But I didn't think either one of them were, mind-blowing trailers. I thought the rest of the marketing, the poster, the billboards, the simplicity of it all was done much better than the trailer. With the restrictions that are going on right now in cinemas, and we've seen how quiet, you guys talked about this, how Quiet Place 2 did, and how what's the other movie that came out?
Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Both of those movies did very well worldwide, at least financially. I think it's important that the trailer does hit good. Because if the trailer comes out and is meh after so many delays, or such a long delay, that doesn't send a very good message. What are your thoughts on them nailing a trailer? Like, how much of a must is it for them to like absolutely nail the trailer on a high level? If they come out with a mediocre trailer, do you think that's going to affect people's hype level for the movie? Or we see how much the poster gets brought up in our chatter. Is the trailer could be dog shit, and some people are going to be like, it's the best thing I've ever seen. How important is it that they nail the trailer?
Well, the people who want to love it so bad are probably going to love it regardless. I mean, like when we released, not when we released, but when the Empire photo released and we ripped it up to shreds because it looks like crap. Like, people were angry. I argued with somebody on the comments section for like 40 or 50 comments, and just tried to be like, it's okay, man. Like, I'm not, like, I just don't like it. I'm sorry. And the guy was just freaking out. And, some people are just going to like it no matter what. I do think it's important because I think it's important to sell to the casual fan to have a good trailer. Like, I do think the movie's going to do well. Honestly, I listen to a lot of American radio, so even though I'm Canadian, I got a fairly, I don't know, I know what's going on in the U.S. quite often. And on radio stations I'm listening to, people are declaring the pandemic over now. Like, in the States, I don't know what it's like where Tommy lives, but like I listen to football radio, wrestling radio, like all sorts of American stations, and like it seems like things are going to be pretty close to full everywhere capacity at the time October comes around, unless there's a change.
We got to mention this. I posted it in the Phantom Empire chat before the show. And I want to stress to everybody, this does not mean it's happening. But it also doesn't mean that it's not happening, because there has not been official cancellation yet.
So it's not confirmed. You heard it here on Phantom Empire.
No, we don't want a bunch of people running around saying we said something that we didn't say. But I was stunned when Canada's Wonderland announced that the government has let them or is going to let them open. I just like, wait, what? Like, how can Kieran not sit beside me right now? But we're good. Well, I guess when that opens, Kieran would be allowed to sit beside me. But you know what I mean? Like, and obviously there's going to be limitations, but you're still going to see thousands of people in Canada's Wonderland. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh, and then come August, the water park portion of Canada's Wonderland opens up. Like, Canada's Wonderland, for those of you guys that don't know, is like Six Flags in Canada. It's by far our biggest amusement park in Canada. It's a hot spot to go to. A lot of people buy season passes to it. I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I like a lot of the other things that they do there. And yeah, no, I just we're happy. We're thrilled because the idea of like hell, if Kieran and I wanted to take our families there in July or August, obviously we're gonna have to wear masks, which is not ideal, but like that, like I didn't think that was gonna be an option. I didn't even think that was gonna be close to an option, which kind of goes with what we heard just before I took my leave of absence there, was that we were told that TIFF might still happen and that Halloween Kills might still debut at TIFF, even though all signs were pointing against it. Well, if Canada's Wonderland is open in July and then the whole park is open in August, maybe TIFF is going to happen. Maybe Midnight Madness is going to happen. Maybe some of us.
Sorry, what is TIFF traditionally? What's the date traditionally?
It's usually the first 2 weeks of September. So
okay,
that's still a while away, but you still like you can't be like mid-August, be like, okay, TIFF's going to happen. You know, they're going to have to decide probably by the end of this month, beginning of next month. But if we're opening up on that level, and I know I don't want to get into the whole vaccine this, vaccine that, politics this, politics that, but like I did see on the news today that Ontario got like 9 million more doses of Moderna, and then Alberta got almost 2 million more, or 1.5 million more, which we weren't supposed to get that much, and we are. So maybe they're trying to speed things up. I know they're trying really hard to get the Blue Jays in the Rogers Center, and that they've opened the door to that. But now the province has allowed it. The province has said, okay, you guys want to play in the Rogers Center with a minimal capacity, then they're willing to do it. But the country still needs to approve it. Well, if Canada's Wonderland's opening up, not really sure how you can tell people that they can't go to the Rogers Center. So maybe it's possible. Maybe it happens. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. If Halloween Kills ends up at TIFF, there will be at least a couple of us in attendance. And it'll be fun. So it's definitely on the table still.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. Also, what's exciting is I won't say too much about this, but during this time off, had a little bit of an ability to sit down and start working on the Haddonfield Slayer, which is our prequel to Haddonfield the Vanished. It's a found footage short that's probably going to be anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes long. Was physically at the location Saturday, and we think we can shoot that and release that before Halloween Kills comes out. So in terms of Haddonfield the Vanished, though, our hands are tied. We can't do anything until we can rent the facility again, and right now that's not an option. So, and because the facility isn't like a public thing, it's a private thing. It's their choice when they feel comfortable to rent it out again. So hands are tied. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the chat, guys. And I think this is the most I've talked in like 11 days, so I'm losing my voice. Chad says, I'm stoked to see the film. Not going to put too much emphasis on the trailer. Kieran nailed it. Lots of people are going to go bananas over it regardless. Well, it's a Universal trailer, so chances are they're going to show way too much. That's just typically what Universal does. It's what happens with Blumhouse movies too, who are obviously tied to Universal.
Just like out of nowhere, like at the end, Jason's going to be in it, and they're going to have a face-off. We're like, what the fuck? They gave away everything.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, I wasn't sure if you wanted. Yeah, okay. Oops, hang on, wrong one. Where are we here? American Turkey Burger says his girlfriend's going into labor today, about to deliver our 5th child. Wish us luck. Best of luck. Much love. That's incredible. And I'm sure it'll all work out for you guys, and treasure those moments. They're important. All right. Thanks for pointing that out, Jade. I didn't see that. So, oh boy, here we go.
All right. I was waiting for it.
There we go. Go ahead, Tommy. Take it away.
Frank Riker in the chat. I've seen the poster. It's a picture of a flaming, I can't even fucking say it. It's a flaming bag of shit. And Michael's stepping on it with the headline, "That's all you get." Fuck. Frank, as always, Outstanding.
You know what? I forget who I joked around with this about, but I said, you know what I think would make a really good poster? And I know people are going to think I'm nuts and stupid for saying this and probably
What's
hate me,
that? What's that?
is if the poster is just like, maybe it has a background like what's up behind us right now. Like they either that or a flat black background. And then it's just Halloween on it with the kills and blood, the logo that has leaked and we've all seen. And that's it. It's just the logo on there, the Halloween and the kills and blood, and maybe the blood splattered. There's no Michael, no nothing. I would buy that poster and I would hang that up because I dig posters like that. But could you imagine the hate on the internet for not giving us another shot at Michael because it's just a logo? I would.
My question for you is that a promotional poster or is that your theatrical release poster?
No, if that was the theatrical release poster. Because if you remember,
That's a hot take.
all 3 teaser posters for the recent Star Wars trilogy all were just the titles with the stars in the background. And then you got the actual posters afterwards. I like posters like that. I do. So
the poster should be him holding a knife, but instead of holding it down like this, he's holding it like this for some reason, I think. That's what it should be. That would be genius.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. How cool would that be, though, if we end up seeing Halloween Kills in September? That would be, there was something very awesome about seeing that movie 5 or 6 weeks before 95% of the world. So,
here's a question for you, Sean, since you've been there, done that, and you've talked about your experience a little bit. If they show a movie at TIFF, what are the chances of it leaking later?
None.
They're very
dude. So I've never been in that position before, but there's literal security walking down every staircase aisle, shining these green, laser lights to make sure that nobody has their cell phone devices out. They didn't make us lock them up in our bags, but we're talking 2 or 3 dozen security people all around this theater. You're not gonna. There's a reason H18 didn't leak from TIFF, and that's why.
How big is the venue that they typically show this?
Think of an old theater where you'd see a play at. It's that kind of venue. It's not like your typical cinema venue. And it's very as much as I loved the experience, I have to admit it was a little distracting because you're like, oh, I better not have my hand go anywhere near my phone. Because you're not used to seeing people walk up and down the aisles and shining this little fucking green laser thing, and it was interesting, needless to say. So the poster should be Michael dressed up as the Swedish chef from the Muppets. That'd be hilarious. I'd dig that. I would absolutely dig that.
I do think that the Halloween Ends poster, obviously that's not coming out anytime soon, but that should be like a smashed pumpkin in some sort of way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I thought about that the other night. I don't know how to symbolize it as, I don't know what kind of symbol I'd want in the pumpkin, if I'd the nose that's cut out like the thorn symbol or whatever, but I would like to see I feel like Halloween Ends should be a smashed pumpkin in some sort of way.
I dig that. I think that'd be cool. Wouldn't that be hilarious though? Everyone's waiting for the Kills poster to drop, and all of a sudden they just drop a very simplistic poster to Halloween Ends before the Kills.
Oh, that would be a bitch. That would piss off everyone. But it would be hilarious at the same time.
I've thought about a few things. We hear about the posters so often that I do think about what would it be like. We have that great shot of Michael from the top of the staircase. I've thought it would be nice to have that, but not see so much of the background. The background be really blacked out. You can just see vague outlines of the background, but then you see him in full color, and maybe have him up in the top, and Halloween Kills somewhere down there. I would I like my poster to be simple too. I would like most of it to just be black. Like the Halloween poster behind you, 60% of it is just black, and then there's there's a symbol. Like that's I don't need too much, to be honest.
See how this one doesn't show up? Like you really can't see it at all. I'm gonna end up moving that over to the other side.
I don't even know what that's a poster of right now. That kills. That's not kills. That's 2018. What is that?
It's a unofficial 2018 poster, and you see Michael's hand reaching down like this, holding the mask. But it shows up terrible in here with the lighting.
Yeah, on here you can't see nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. I can't see nothing when I'm looking at it.
So it's supposed to be like in the opening scenes in the prison yard, or
no.
So you didn't get the mask in the prison yard, but that's when you first see it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's anything quite like that. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's shift gears here. We've talked about Halloween. You guys are welcome to ask Halloween questions in the chat, though. We're only going to go for about 20 more minutes, though, and we got a few other things to tackle here. Quickly, I just want to tackle the Xbox thing. So Xbox, Microsoft has announced after the Xbox Series X, they are going away from like set consoles. It'll still be a console, but it'll be the type of console that's more like a computer, looks more like a tower, and you can upgrade stuff, which has always been the knock on game on consoles, because they run so far behind PCs. Even the PC we're running off right here. You can put the PS5, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X together, and they don't match the power that the PC beside me is pumping out. That's really not even close. And the ability to not update your consoles has really restricted gaming for years. So now it sounds like they're going away from that, and we're going to have the ability to actually upgrade our consoles. Obviously, this is a few years away still, but that's the direction Microsoft's going. And in my opinion, they should have gone there like 10 friggin' years ago. I've never been less invested in wanting to buy a gaming console than I am right now. Thoughts on this, guys? I know neither one of you are diehard gamers, but like, shouldn't gaming have gone the way of upgrades quite some time ago?
I got some mixed feelings about this, because if we get to a point where gaming is you have no choice, but you have to upgrade to a new part, and there have been bits of that with like, a motion sensor add-on or VR or something. If that becomes absolutely standard, gaming is going to become much more expensive on the console level. You're going to get, it's going to be like the same principle as microtransactions almost. So that's a little problematic, if you ask me. Keeping that in mind, the Xbox One was originally supposed to be this whole multimedia presentation thing. Ask me how often I've used it for anything but gaming. It might play a DVD. It might do something like that. But very rarely have I ever used it for an app that's not a video game. That's just, and I'm not engaged in a game actively. My Xbox just sits there and gathers dust. So,
yeah, I don't play mine nearly as much as I used to. Kieran, how about you? Where are you with this, man? I like the idea of the user having a choice whether they want to upgrade or not.
I feel a lot the same as Tommy. I feel like the gaming community that's online on computers are the elite gamers. The elite gamers who like to mod things online and make it no fun for anyone, and like to have their shit upgraded so well that they're running ahead of people. And I don't like that for the console, because I feel like the console is for the kids. But that's why they can do this now. They can do this now because there are parents out there who are like, oh yeah, little Johnny, you want your $800 graphics card? Here you go. Like, they couldn't do that before. When I was a kid and we had consoles and we had Super Nintendo and Sega, like, everyone that I knew had like 5 to 7 games. Their whole life, having like the 5 years of having a Sega, I had like 7, 8 games. But like, kids today have fucking 100 games, and 95 of them they'll never play again. And I don't know, this is me being my old man. Get off my fucking lawn. But
You just said when
No,
you
I'm-
were a kid and talked about a Super Nintendo. I don't know what you were expecting.
we're at a point. We're at a point now where they can do this because people will buy it, even for their 8-year-olds, and that's going to be lots of money. So it makes sense. It totally makes sense to do it. Kids are more game savvy, like they're more tech savvy now, anyway, so they can understand the difference. And gaming is is huge. It's fucking
This
huge
is a
right now. It's a huge
conversation for
industry.
another
So
time.
I understand why they're going to do it. I wouldn't be happy about it myself.
I'm with you though on the, people started, like, the group of gamers that I used to play with when I was younger. We're going back 10 or 12 years, and some of us played together and still play together now once in a while. But like, people would start buying games, which up here anyways, to buy a brand new game, if it's a AAA title after taxes, is $92. And that's probably going to go up, by the way. So the idea of paying that amount of money and then not playing it again after a week is just asinine. And there's way too many people that I know that are like that. And it's like, well, no, I'm just not going to game with you anymore. Then, it's your prerogative. You don't have to, listen to me, but I'm not going to buy the same game as you if you're only going to play it for a week and stop, But I'm old school though, too. Like, the only gaming I've done in the last week is this on my phone. And why not? Because fucking Sonic is awesome.
Sonic 2.
I love Sonic, so I love Sonic 2 more specifically, although it's a little harder to do on your phone. Controls can be a little finicky. But yeah, no, I'm a Sonic 2 guy. But anyways, there you have it. Xbox.
Kieran brought up a point I think needs to be addressed real quick. And I really would I'd like to delve into this at another setting at another time. But I would argue with the point that kids today are more tech savvy. Nowadays, a lot of things are very much more simplified. You have your apps. They know how to just get onto the iPad or tablet. I've never met, and maybe this is just me. I mean, I don't know billions of children besides the kids I drive who hate me. But I don't know kids who can do things like bust open a tower or generally even have the same level of accessibility of a desktop environment computer, even relatively close that I did at that age. Now I was into certain things like web design and development and coding. I was a geek. But that's a question. That's a question. Could kids today have the capacity to break open their Xbox, replace parts, and then continue, without destroying the whole machine?
I think there are some kids that absolutely can do that.
But could the mass majority do it?
No, I don't think so. But I also think that they're trying to target a more adult audience by doing this while still being kid friendly.
This might be work for some people. You take your Xbox in, you get it upgraded at, I don't know, Best Buy or something with the Geek Squad. And, that's just something we're going to have to wait and see.
There will be people who do it. But kids, when they get to grade 7, 8, can be incredibly tech savvy. Like I know a lot of them that know how to do things online that I wouldn't think they'd be able to. It's not just breaking into the school computer and getting around the games that they're not supposed to be able to play online and stuff like that. But like I see a lot of kids talking online about like, hey, like, I did this to my computer and now I can, play this or whatever, right? Or exactly, they know where to get all the auto aims and all sorts of crazy aim bots or whatever. They know how to get all that sort of stuff online, and they talk to each other and they Google everything. Like there's a lot of kids out there will Google like, hey, how can I make this work better? And they'll just watch a video and then do it.
Yeah, I've never understood the want. Like, why play a game if you're going to cheat? It's like that guy that goes and stacks his team on like a baseball game or a hockey game while doing franchise mode and playing on the easiest level. It's like, I want to win every game 20-1. It's like, how is that fun? That's not fun to me. That's And I remember I seen my little guy doing that, and I was just like, no way, you're not. No, come on, play for real. Don't cheat.
It's been a
Don't
while
cheat.
since I played Halo multiplayer, but when I do play Halo multiplayer, I suck. But I have fun. You know,
Well,
I'm not
when
out
it's
there to be a
online-
competitive gamer. That's just me.
when it's online, it's different because when it's online, it's all about notoriety. And, I'm ranked number 453 out of, 81,000 people. And, I'm going to be a YouTuber for the rest of my life. I'm going to make more money than fucking, all, Logan Paul and Jake Paul and all that, all that shit. Like, my kids watch YouTube gamers and things like that too. And yeah, it's about notoriety, and a lot of kids think that they can be a YouTuber now. So there's a lot of kids who will tell you like that's what they're gonna be, and it's like it's almost comparable to when me and Sean were younger. Everyone was gonna be a rock star, and then they got a guitar, and then they were like, "Fuck, this is hard. You got to practice for 3 hours a day." Like, and then all of a sudden, that kid who got a guitar 6 weeks later doesn't have a guitar anymore, or never plays it. And a lot of kids think, yeah, they're going to be a YouTube sensation because they won a game when so and so was playing, or they always beat their friends, and they don't realize you got to be the best. You just can't be the best person in your school. You got to be the best person in your town, and then you have to be the best person in your in your like larger community. I don't want to say province or state, because if you're the best Fortnite player in your
YouTube
state,
channel, right,
probably
Sean? That's easy, right?
Yeah, totally right. Look, we don't bring in enough like, for example, I have not once mentioned super chats here during the stream because the stream wasn't about that. But super chats that come into this channel help keep this channel running. Without them, this channel does not run as often that it does. It becomes once a week, not multiple shows, and just a bunch of guys showing up to talk about things they're passionate about. You need people that support you for sure, because the ad revenue on a channel where the videos here can average anywhere from 150 to a few thousand views is not going to be very much. So it goes a long way, but just to get to that point where you can monetize your channel is not easy. It's hard. I know people who watch this channel and run their own channels who still haven't been able to get to monetization because it's such a grind. It is. And so, yeah, no, running a YouTube channel isn't easy, but if I had any advice for everybody is stop worrying about, where you rank in terms of your city or your peers or wherever, and just be the best you can be, and the cards will fall where they fall. We got to shift topics here though, because we only got about 10 minutes left. So the Batman, Draven mentioned earlier, do you think we'll get a new trailer, a new Batman trailer before October? I am 99% certain you're going to get another Batman trailer this year for a movie that comes out next year. And the thing that I find interesting about the Batman is the fact that now we undoubtedly know that the movie is very much being done in a similar vein as Joker, Todd Phillips' Joker, which starred Joaquin Phoenix, which to some people that might not be what they want. They might want to see a superhero movie with Batman doing his thing, but that's not the type of movie you're going to get. You're going to get a dark, grounded, realistic Batman who is, without going too far, is, they deal with mental health a lot in this movie that's coming up. And for some people, that might not be for them. For me, I love the idea of it. So, any brief thoughts on the Batman, Jets? Knowing that we now know it's going to be grounded and closer to Joker.
Batman isn't, something I typically get sucked into. I enjoyed,
Oh wait.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. You know, that was a good trilogy. It was. I enjoy things like The Killing Joke, but I don't know every single little ounce of like Batman lore and what have you. I love the Joker. Really enjoyed it. So to see a Batman film shot like that interests me. It does. It would definitely be something I would catch if given the opportunity. You know, someone to see it with, or maybe. I doubt by that point we'll be releasing high profile releases on VOD, but eventually I'll catch it.
Kieran?
It's well, so here's the thing. This is why fans will not be happy. Lots of fans, not all fans, will not be happy if we have a Batman who is dealing with his mental issues. And the reason is because Batman is always a pillar of strength when it comes to his mental fortitude, I guess you could say. His parents die, and obviously, he doesn't. I mean, he's really, he has a problem with it. He obviously has a big issue with it, and decides to dress up like a bat in underwear. But he's always has a really strong resolve about it. He's not shown as crying or upset with it very often. He's like the guy who doesn't show his emotions, and he keeps it together for everyone else. He keeps it together for all of the rest of the Bat characters. He's driven. He lets it drive him. He lets all of his pain and anguish and sadness drive him to be the Batman who he is. He doesn't just fight, Joker, and that he fights crime all over the place. He's not just specifically for avenging his parents. He's set on stopping crime altogether. That's who the Batman is. So I know that if we get Batman, depressed or sad or dealing with mental health issues. Obviously, he has mental health issues. Any Batman fan will tell you he's got issues. But if he's dealing it with in more of a today's sort of way of dealing with it, it's going to upset some fans because he has not been shown in most comics or anything like that to be someone who does that. He doesn't laugh. He doesn't cry. He just gets the fucking job done. Is kind of a Batman thing. And even Batman, to me, a lot of the times when I read Batman, it's that the idea that he's never beaten. You capture Batman, you do this, you do that. One time he did the thing where he bit a tooth out, and it had a device inside of it that he could unlock himself with. And no matter how down he is, he's always he's always got the other card. He's always got the ace in the hole. He figures it out. He just does it. And so there will be fans upset about that. As for it being dark, I've heard a dark tone. Batman 89 is pretty dark. Batman Returns is very dark for the time. Batman Returns, the reason why Batman Forever had to reverse its direction and go a little bit sillier was because they released toys for Batman Returns and they didn't do very well because kids weren't seeing Batman Returns. Kids were seeing Batman Returns and being scared of it. They were both very dark movies for the time, so it's nothing new. I mean, it's not going to be just like the Joker. I doubt it's going to be that tone, but darker. I don't see it really being as dark as people say it is. I don't know.
I think it's going to be the darkest from here. I'll be blunt. I know you guys didn't cover this, but I'll just say it now. The same source that we get kills information from dropped the Batman stuff on us, and it was about 6 pages long. It wasn't a full script or anything, so I have no reason to not trust the source, considering how we've seen that stuff pan out. And I read about the first page, and I'm so hyped for this movie though that it was I don't want to read anymore. We're just reading the first page. It's okay, that's enough for me. Could we create a bunch of YouTube content off of it? Sure. But to me, it seems pretty evident that it's going to be the darkest Batman movie we've gotten yet. I do agree with Kieran, though. 89 is pretty dark. I don't feel the same way about Batman Returns. I can't look at Danny DeVito and not laugh. I know that sounds terrible, but like, it just seems over the top at times. Still,
do you remember when he bites the guy's nose off?
Yeah.
That freaked out kids. Like, that freaked people out.
So basically the Batman, how I would describe it without going into any spoiler territory, is it sounds like mental health is at the forefront, not just with Bruce Wayne, but other characters in the movie. That it's dark. It's the first time we're really getting a true detective Batman movie. Everybody's wanted like more Batman in the detective mode. And it seems like that's what we're getting. Almost like grungy. The trailer gave that impression. I did see that Chad and Frank said, we don't really need another trailer. How could you top the first one? I don't think you can top the first one. The first Batman trailer the Batman was fantastic. I don't think you need another one, but you're going to get it. That's just the way the industry works. And I do know, I'm not going to say what, but the Alfred Bruce Wayne relationship in this movie is very different from any other movie, is all I'll say. So again, that might be something that people are not happy about, but
do they make out?
Oh, totally. Yes.
Read that in the script.
Confirmed. They're a thing. They're an item. No.
It's going to be Frank Riker's favorite Batman movie.
For me, I'm open to seeing different things, though. Like, I don't want to see the same old thing. Like, if you're going to keep pumping out Batman movies, I want to see something different. I don't want to see the same thing again. But it is what it is. Before we go here, a little bit of Star Wars stuff. Kenobi set pictures have come out. So we do have some information, such as, I don't remember the actress's name, but the girl that plays the lady Sand Snake there in Game of Thrones, who is with oh my God, what's his name? The Viper's wife in Game of Thrones season 4. Help me out here, Kieran. I'm falling.
I'm not at season 4 yet.
Wait. Have you not watched all Game of Thrones before?
No, I've seen it, but I'm watching. I'm doing a rewatch, and I'm on 204.
Fuck, what?
I know you're talking about, and we've already talked about her. You just go on. I will look up her name.
No, but I can't even remember the Viper's name. He's on The Mandalorian. Fuck. Oh my God, this is killing me.
You mean Pedro Pascal?
That's it. Yes. So it's.
Okay. I didn't know you were tripping on that one. I could have gave you that.
Oh no, dude, I was fucking tripping hard there. I haven't even had anything to smoke. Anyways, the girl that plays his wife in that, or his love interest, everybody was rumoring as, this might be Satine from Clone Wars in like flashbacks, and I was always just kind of like, why are people saying that? Like, I just assume when a Star Wars casting rumor comes out, when someone's like, this person could be playing this character, that it's going to be wrong, because it's almost never right. And sure enough, it's not Satine. She's playing an Imperial officer. The one thing, though, that has come out about the Kenobi show in the last few days is that anybody who thought that Kenobi was just going to, I know we talked about it and more or less said that it wasn't going to be this way. But anybody that thought that Kenobi was just going to be Obi-Wan on the desert, or in the desert, dealing with his PTSD of what happened, and the Lars and the bounty hunters, and dealing with that sort of stuff. Obviously, we know Hayden Christensen's in it, Darth Vader's in it. That's not the case. Like, there's a really heavy Imperial presence on Kenobi. Like, in terms of all the photos, they're way more Imperials than anything else. So it's pretty clear that Obi-Wan is leaving Tatooine for some reason. And we're going to find out what that is. I'm excited for it, but I just found it funny that, of course, another Star Wars casting rumor where everyone's like, oh, it's got to be this character, was wrong.
It's Indira Varma.
That's it. Yes. So I'm excited, though. I'm excited that the imps are going to be at the forefront for Kenobi. Kieran, any thoughts on that? I know there's not much to tackle there, but
yeah, no, I saw the set photos, and seeing a stormtrooper made me excited for sure to be like, oh, okay, so we're getting like something we can't just think up. You know, I'm hoping it's an idea that I just can't put together on my own. Like, oh, he's going to be on Tatooine, and he's going to decide this or that. You know, like, and just make up. And I'm hoping it's an idea I can't just think up on my own, and then I get it. Like, I want to be surprised. I want there to be a little tale in there that we've never heard. Where I'm like, oh my god, like Kenobi did this. Well, we never heard of that before, and obviously we never heard about it because it's new and it's just made up now. But that gives it a little bit more mystique. So I'm excited about it. It definitely got me a little bit more pumped up. And yeah, we saw Imperial officer in dress, which was cool. So there's gonna be some Imperial presence there, and that excited me in The Mandalorian when we saw the all dirtied up stormtroopers, and I was like, wait, what? Isn't the Empire gone? What's happening here? And everything that happened with the collector, or I forget what the character is called, but what's the character called? I can't even think of the actor's name now. Anyways, the character that's going after Grogu in the first couple episodes. He's just called the something.
The Informant. I think that's it. No.
I don't know.
Anyway, I know what you're talking about.
We're terrible. Anyways, like as soon as I saw the Imperials there, like that got me going. I was like, man, this is awesome. And the Mando got to take out a couple of them, so that was cool. So seeing them in picture made me excited for what's coming up too. And I mean, who knows where they're going to go? Hopefully, it's something we could never have thought of.
I just want a good reason for leaving Tatooine. That's all. That's his mission, to leave Luke. You got to have a really good reason. Or maybe the really good reason of leaving is the Imperial presence increases on Tatooine. Yeah.
And he maybe has to make I don't want him to make a diversion to get him away from there. I don't know, but I'm more in the camp where I would be excited if he went after Vader for some reason. Like maybe he decided that he could try and turn him or try to do this, or maybe he thinks he needs to take out Vader to take out the head of the snake. So, I would like him to go after Vader. I think that's the best way to have him leave, because I don't see a lot of reasons for him to leave.
It's going to be interesting. Tommy,
here's a questionable item. This just popped into my head, and I don't think it's going to happen, but how sick would it be if Vader's line in A New Hope, "When I left you, I was but the learner, now I am the master," was kind of tugged into this little series with Hayden Christensen's appearance to signal that they have to do a kind of very brief team up one last time. I don't think it's going to happen, but how interesting would that be? Who knows how it would work or what purpose it would serve?
I think it would be spectacular if, for some reason, for their own survival, we got to see Vader in the suit and Obi-Wan having to fight for their own survival because of other things. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it'd be cool.
No, it would be. It's kind of like what we've alluded to in the past of what we think. Thrawn and Ezra in the outer, unknown space and what have you, probably teaming up together just to survive.
I think the one thing that's, or the one line that's more of a focus than that one though, is the, and some people from Lucasfilm have actually mentioned it too. It might have been Kathy Kennedy that mentioned it in her interview after they did the presentation. I forget what event it was, but they're like, oh, the rematch of the century or whatever, was when Vader tells Luke, Obi-Wan once thought as you did, meaning he could turn him from the dark side. It's like, well, wait a second. That hasn't happened yet. That never happened in Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan never really makes any attempt to turn him from the dark side. Obi-Wan's basically there to end him,
And you were lost.
As it sounds, I don't know. It's cool though. The one thing I'm pretty sure about now though, which I never would have predicted before, is we're going to see Kenobi before we see Mando season 3, which is...
It's starting to look that way. Yeah.
It's kind of concerning. But yeah, I'm also excited, so.
With all the theories behind that Mando season 3 is going to feature a time skip of some kind, I don't know.
The popular opinion that I've heard is you might see the crossover event before you see Mando season 3. So, which would feature Ahsoka, which would feature Boba Fett and them. I don't know. Who knows? We're all just speculating at this point. But the one thing we do know is Mando season 3 hasn't happened yet. And that's kind of, or hasn't even filmed yet, which is weird.
Whereas we're seeing our stream, whereas we're seeing our feeds flooded more and more with Book of Boba Fett stuff lately.
Indeed. But that's the music. That's it. That's the show. AMA done. Digging the music. Kieran has the Rick and Morty fan show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. What's going on with that, dude?
It's kind of going to be the show before the big show. The big show is on the 22nd. That's going to be the big giveaway. I'm going to give away most of this stuff that's appearing in my screen right now. But that's on the 22nd. This episode tomorrow is going to be just primer for season 5. We're gonna hype up season 5. We're gonna think about all of our thoughts, what's coming up, because season 5 comes on the 20th. So we are only 6 days away. I will also be, if anyone's really interested in having reaction videos, right after every episode drops this year, I'm going to go right to Facebook Live on the Rick and Morty fan show group and just chat away at my immediate impressions of the episodes that drop at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So it'll be late at night, and I'll be doing that. But the show tomorrow is all going to be hyped for season 5. I'll tell you a little bit more about what we're going to do during season 5, and maybe even a little bit of what we're going to tackle after season 5. But it's all season 5 hype.
Awesome. The time is coming. The time is nigh. Tommy B, where can everybody find you at, brother?
Everyone can catch me, hang around our Facebook spaces, check out the Phantom Empire Den. That tends to be the central hub of activity in our wonderful little YouTube community here. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TommyB1650.
You can check us out on Twitter at Phantom Empire Now, on Instagram, Phantom Empire Now. We might be doing some stuff with the website next month. I know Kieran's got a pre-produced video that'll come out later this month, and we have a couple of pre-produced videos getting ready to come out. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little lost here, guys. I haven't done this in a while. Anyways, Phantom Empire Live tomorrow night. I know somebody will be talking about the top 5 slashers and some other stuff. But until then, thank you. Appreciate the well wishes and the support. And we'll see you all next time.